Hello all. Before we begin the video, let's discuss CloudFoundation. CloudFoundation is the premier online training platform to help individuals and organizations gain knowledge and skills in the ever-growing cloud computing industry.
I think we need to change identity names as well, right?
Yeah, identity name you can change, but are you going to execute this task 100 times manually? Then, so what can we do? We can add pipeline, something like this. 2 pipelines you can add, and you can add the second person name, second identity name. And second, again, you can add the pipeline and you can add the third identity name. Got it? Something like this.
But if the users are more, how can we do that?
So in that scenario, you have to mention all 100 users in the Excel sheet. From Excel to Notepad, you can convert, you can do some magic. Okay, so that all the pipelines will be added in between the identity. Got it? What I'm saying? Or do you want me to demonstrate that too?
Yeah, if possible, you can.
Okay. Just a minute. Let me quickly check. So this is the sample data. Okay. Now this is going to be your, these values are appearing under here, under entitlement tab. Okay. Instead of Gray Stanley, some number are there, 1012 something something. That's a unique value. So now you want to refresh for these 20 users. So you will copy this data. I will use this diagonal option. Sorry, transpose option here. I'll copy this data. I will open Notepad. Control V. Now you have to add the name right in front of every user, correct?
Yes.
Control C, Control H. What you're going to replace first, comma should be there, not comma.
I think your Notepad is not visible.
Oh, sorry. Let me share my test screen. So I have copied this data now. Okay. So in between this Control H, you have to write something. Name again double equal. Maybe just give a try, working or not. So in this selection only, it should appear. So here, so now in front of the every user, you have a name value, right?
Yeah.
So you can use something like this. Now I can execute these identities. Now have name value, everything is there. Got it? Definitely, if you're a support engineer, you will come up, you have to know this. Because sometimes you have to refresh for a couple of identities, some list of identities.
So can we convert this into the file and import into the task? Is that possible?
You mean to say,
instead
we have a refresh identity cube task? No. It requires a lot of customization. We can do that. I never seen in real-time environment, but it's not necessary. It requires more manual effort. Like you are asking, we want to refresh this identity. We are going to enable this argument, but we are not going to mention the list of identities here. Instead of that, we will introduce some new arguments where we can upload the file with the list of identities. It will refresh, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it requires more manual effort. We have to build something. Yeah, we can do that, but 90% I believe we can do that. Okay, so let's talk about, yeah, I have explained single identity refresh, multiple identity refresh. Okay, now let's say you have this unique value. With the help of this, you will write name double equal something. But now you have another requirement where department is finance, a location is Singapore. You want to refresh only for these identities, this set of identities. What will you do in that scenario? The group of identities. You got it what I'm saying? So the list of identities, that's fine. They provided some list of identities we have to refresh. But now the requirement is you have to refresh for the entire department people, the entire department identity, entire location of some XYZ value. So what will it in that scenario? So we can utilize this attribute also. That's what I'm trying to say. So just go to the task instead of mentioning the username. Yeah, let's take this example only. If the department is finance, the identity should refresh. All the identities, whoever belongs to, whoever attribute value is finance, those identity is going to refresh now. See what happened? What was there? We couldn't find department value. Something like that you can utilize. We don't have department called finance. That's why we are getting this error. So apart from that, single this one identity refresh, and we have a populations also. We didn't talk about population, I think, till here. So I will explain what is population, and after that we'll talk about this. So guys, so far we talked about creation of the task, which means it's a customization, how to create custom object. We have to talk about how to schedule tasks, and we have to learn how to monitor this task. If anything goes wrong, how to troubleshoot. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. So Sanik, you have some doubts, right? If you have any questions related to task, we can try to get it clarified now only, guys. So try to practice on a daily basis. And if you have any doubts, we can try. So let me make a note. So tomorrow I have to talk about task schedule, task monitoring, and already we covered a task creation, standard properties, arguments you have to check on your own, because each and every task will have a lot of arguments. If you don't know, if you don't understand, just click on the question mark. It will help. The brief description will be there. A task creation, standard properties, the categories, how to change. Tomorrow we'll talk about these two, remaining two.
Yeah, and you said something, the comments will be uploaded in the LMS portal, right? Still they haven't put.
Yeah, it's done. I have asked them to upload. Okay. So guys, if you have any questions, we can discuss, or else feel free to draw. Yes, Annie, go ahead and share your screen. If you had some doubts, right? How to assign the manager value?
Yeah, yes.
There is one more task, perform maintenance. So what does that do?
Didn't we talk about that?
No.
Hey man, we talked about perform identity request maintenance. We've gone for roles, but we didn't talk about this perform maintenance. Thank you so much for reminding me. This is one of the important tasks, and this task is responsible for all background activity, a lot of background activity. So in Sailpoint environment, this is the one and only task which will execute once in every 5 minutes. Okay. And this task is responsible to prune all the task results, identity snapshot. Do you guys know what is identity snapshot? Identity snapshot means, so this is called identity snapshot. Each and every aggregation will do some optimization, right? Some modification, some changes. So each and every changes will be updated in the identity snapshot with the timestamp. Okay, on May 3rd. So this user has access to, this user has access to these roles, these extra entitlement, and these application account. If anything has been modified, so you can compare with the next aggregation or our previous aggregation, and you will come to know. Got it? Okay, last time the user has only PeopleSoft application, and the next time user got track application, which is newly added. So this is all about identity snapshot. So if you want to prune identity snapshot task results, if you want to prune any provisioning transaction, or a kind of cleanup, so this task is responsible. Apart from that, the perform maintenance task is responsible for all kind of certification activity. Okay, got it? What I'm saying?
And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.